right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First
First
and
and
foremost,
foremost,
we'll give all
praises,
honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'Hashem, Yahushua, Ba'Hashem, Ba'Hakwadash.
I want to give double honors to apostles and elders, a great millstone, and shalom to the sincere Akimat teaching the truth and sincerity. Shalom. So we're out here again, another week, another day in Babylon, and you know, we're out here to prophesy the downfall of this kingdom, and to bring remembrance unto the children of Israel. You know, mainly the elect, the 144,000, and the 1/3 of our people. So 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off. You know, and you know, just wanna say, you know, our people, you know, for the past few weeks, you know, for the past month or 2 months now, you got this Black Lives Matter protest and all of this. They're like shifting the Black Lives Matter into Black Trans Lives Matter now. Now people ain't black, and you know for a fact that the Most High ain't with these protests or anything with those people, man, because they want to be called by a byword. And you don't come to think of it. I want to just see if I can find this. You know, it's one of the curses that it says in Deuteronomy. Yeah. Yo, let me see where I can start at. You know, because the things that you guys are doing, you know, not it's all foolishness, and the Most High ain't with our people that want to call themselves by a byword and serving strange gods and such. You know, and you know, they're technically all of them are all in the mindset. They're all on the same side. You know what? Okay, search Egyptians against Egyptians. If you can try to find that. You know, let me just get this. Oh man, I don't want to go too far. One of the curses. Yeah, I'm just gonna jump to it in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 37, and it says, "And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations, whether Yahweh shall lead thee." And that's what he did, man. And our people became a byword onto all the nations, and they're actually still calling themselves by that byword. Our people are unlearned and untaught, and as the scripture says, many shall follow the pernicious ways, because the truth is evil spoken of, and that's what's happening. You know, and the prophet's been out here. The prophet's been out here for 30 plus years, in prophesying, in telling our people on who they are, and here they are still pushing as if they're black, and they're blinded to the fact that oh, there was another one actually. They're blinded to the fact that Edom's setting up these protests. These protests, and they're so blinded to the fact that they're not realizing that they're also protesting LGBTQ. In Salakia. I keep stuttering. Alright, so they're blinded to the fact that the LGBTQ is shifting. That they're shifting to LGBTQ. So let me. There's another precept I'm gonna get. This Deuteronomy 28 and 28. It says, "And Yahweh shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart." And that's our people. Our people are mad for doing this shit, dude. it's really folly what our people's doing, man. And this is why we hope and pray Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that Yahushai Yahweh Bashim Yahushai makes his coming, man. Makes his coming quicker. Because if this world continues, no man shall be saved. Because this wicked is spreading like crazy. It's spreading like crazy, like wildfire. Can't find it? No, I don't know how to go. One second. Let me just run it. Alright, so yeah, that priest says the Egyptian against the Egyptian, but the Lord made the Egyptian go against the Egyptians. They can't find it, but through the Spirit, Lord willing, that we come across it. Yeah, so. No. Why? Oh, city alarm.
That's rare.
That's the Spirit. Yo. They were just testing the city alarm. Yo, eat them, yo, brings it, gotta bring it back. Isaiah 47, gotta bring it back. Alright, gotta bring it back. Behind the scenes, oh, let me get one for you. And it's a Psalm.
No, I'll get Isaiah 47.
City runs everything I've done.
I'm gonna give you Psalms.
Years ago. It's all the way down. Yeah,
Used to be long. Maybe each one of the city.
have them all.
We got it out last week, but gotta get it through the Spirit, man. Get the Psalm 64 and 2. Alright. So you know that Edom's working behind the scenes, and through the spirit, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakak Radash, they're being revealed by the men of the Lord, the prophets, and behind the scenes, you got Jake doing the protests, but behind the scenes you got Edom setting up something, and little do people know. I'm gonna get Revelation 15. Yeah, because behind the scenes you got Edom setting up the Mark of the Beast system, and people advertising the chip, on social medias, and people don't. And our people are so distracted on these protests and everything, and how Trump tweeted that this one video of a Trump rally, and they're like saying white power and stuff like that, and Trump retweeted it saying that they're great and stuff like that. that right there is already the distraction, because you know that he's just doing what the higher ups told him to do. Because on the news he says that that he didn't know that was in there and stuff like that. And there's another clip saying that he knew exactly what he posts. He knows exactly what he posts. That's what he says. All right. So this dude is doing what the elites want him to do, and through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, he's being revealed. Because there ain't no hiding, Edom. There ain't no hiding from this truth. There ain't no hiding. And the real men of the Lord are going to be set up on the watchtower. And whatever you do, you gotta warn Israel. Israel, as in the 1/3, 144,000 and 1/3. Because the rest of Israel, the rest of 2/3 of our people, they ain't gonna listen, and they're set for the slaughter, man. And our people are blindly following these protests, thinking it's for them, justice for us. There ain't no justice for you until Yahweh Hashem Yahushua comes, man. Because you ain't gonna find justice here. You go back, if you think that you live in Africa and you go back to Africa, the curses are gonna follow you. It will follow you. There is no escaping from the curses until Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, until Yahushua returns, man. Until he makes his second coming. Until our Lord makes his second coming. And what you're supposed to be doing right now is doing the work. Is waking up to this truth and follow law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. And doing the work and having faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua that he will deliver us in the coming days to come, the coming destruction. Because you know it's near. A lot of prophecies have been happening over these last few months. Since the beginning of this year. It's just popping up. This is the year of prophecy. But yeah, you read that first.
Revelations 13:6.
No. Get Psalms.
Oh. This is Psalms chapter 64, verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the
After that, get Ephesians. I think it's the 4th chapter, second, which is the one that says the rest of the flesh and blood.
This is Psalms chapter 64, verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection. I got it first. Of the workers of iniquity.
It's the insurrection.
I'm gonna mess up.
Man, if only I had service right now, I'll be looking up the word. What you guys doing?
You check if that text.
Bro, there's no Wi-Fi.
That's what I said.
Alright. Yeah, it's just it's like it.
Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of workers of iniquity.
Yeah. And that's what the Lord's doing, man. He's hidden us from their sight. They know that we're there, but they don't, they can't do anything about it. Until the famine of the word, until that prophecy happens, until the 144,000 is sealed, the 1/3, that's it. They can't do anything. Then when that's sealed, then they'll try to do something about it, and that's when famine of the word happens. That's when we're gonna be persecuted for the truth's sake. We had
Ephesians chapter.
Alright, here we go. Alright, this is Ephesians chapter 6, verse start at 12. I'm gonna just start it, go directly to it. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness in this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." And that's what we wrestle against, man. You don't see us going out there and rallying and looting and stuff like that. People are blind to it, thinking that they're making a difference. People are blind to it, thinking that their voice is being loud enough. Esau don't give a shit about you Jakes, man. To him, your lives don't matter. But you know whose lives actually matter? The Israelites. But here you are calling yourself by a byword. You blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All of you. You guys are blind to the fact that you guys are making a loud voice. Little do you know is that you're in cahoots with the LGBTQ. You guys, they're merging it together, and now it's not your voice anymore. Now it's these other sodomites, and these all of these sodomites and these abominable people. Now you're with them. So you're going around protesting and shit like that, and ain't gonna make a difference. Because the only one who's gonna make a difference is Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and he's coming for only the Israelites. To him, to the Most High, black lives don't matter. Alright? Latinos' lives don't matter. Native American lives don't matter. But you know who matters? Israelites. The ones that know themselves. This is why, you know, some of our people are waking up to the fact. Now the Most High is letting it be seen that so-called Jesus, you know, that image up there. Now you're seeing it as who it is, and who and what it's supposed to be. It was supposed to portray that. It was supposed to portray that they're higher than you. They made that quote white image. He's not actually, no man is actually truly white. That Edomite up there, you know, it's supposed to oppress our people even more. But now our people are finally seeing it, that it's a form of white supremacy. Because the Lord's now allowing it to be seen. Because what's happening? Let me get it. This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. And where is the who are the Chaldeans? Is Edom, man. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the knee. Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, the shame shall be seen. I shall take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. And what that means is that the Most High is allowing our people in these other nations to see you and who you truly are. These other nations we're already beginning, you know, since the beginning of this year, we're already seeing that America's the biggest bully there is in the world. And now they're seeing, you know, they're getting fed up with America. I'm trying to find it. Alright, I got it. This is Revelations, chapter 18. Revelation chapter 18, verse 5. It says, "For her sins have reached up." Wait, let me see if I can. Yo, I'm gonna start at 4. No. I'm gonna start at. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna start at. 3. No. You know what? I'm gonna start at 2. You know, I'm gonna start at 1. I feel like it's through the Spirit. You know, this is Revelation chapter 18, verse 1. And it says, "And these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and earth was lightened in his glory. And he cried mightily with strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and hold on to every foul soul and cage of every unclean thing and a hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her." Those are the philosophies that she's pushed, both through Christianity and her system. As a system, it's like, the way they live, Westernization, how they call it. And it says, "The kings of the earth had committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies." And not just that. So they believed in philosophies in the Westernizations and stuff like that. They also had a taste in Jake's bondage, it's Jake's slavery. But to continue, that's another subject. But to continue, and it says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." I'm gonna find find just such call ye upon the Lord while he is near. I think that's Amos. Could be wrong. Yeah. No. Call ye upon. No, you. No, don't make it. Say you know, bruh. It's right there. What you doing? Isaiah 55:6. Isaiah 55:6. Alright, I'm read it again. This is Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And it says, "And I heard a voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, ye not be partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." And I'm not yet. And obviously, the 1/3 of our people are gonna come out. 1/3 and 144,000. But the 2/3 of our people aren't gonna come out, and they're gonna be partakers of her sins. Why? Because they trusted in the shadow of Egypt, and the shame of Egypt shall be upon them. The shame of Egypt shall be upon them. Because they trusted in that, and they're both the shame, the shame of Egypt is gonna be their shame too for trusting in their power. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh will remember her iniquities. And the Most High knows everything that Esau Edom has done, what Babylon has done. Huh? What Babylon has done, man. Get that. Yeah, hold on to it. Hold on to it. Alright, continue. And I'm gonna repeat this again. This is Isaiah 47:2. "Take the bill, grind meal, uncover the locks, big bear the knee, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I would take vengeance, and I would not meet thee as a man." I would not meet thee as a man. That right there that's a threat. But the point is that the Most High is allowing these nations to see your shame, your nakedness, man. The things that you've done. Before you get that, get Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. I know you didn't get it yesterday, but through the Spirit, you gotta get it today, man. Habakkuk, 2nd chapter. Yeah, it's such a it's not Old Testament. It's yeah, start at
Look. Yeah, I keep clicking.
2nd chapter. Go too far, stop scrolling so fast. Start. Yeah. Start here. Start here. And then read down to the one that you highlighted. Yes! Start all the way down to 10. Yeah! There you go. It's like you.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly? Thou shalt bite
No.
thee.
It said start out the other one.
Oh, slag. Yeah. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. Shall not all these take up a how do you say that? Horrible?
Where?
Parable. Okay. Shall not all these take up parable against him in a taunting proverb? Look, I'm stuttering too. Against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
That's what Edom keeps doing, man. His sins has reached the heaven, and he keeps increasing what is not his. Right? Look, Edom has taken our land. Edom has taken our heritage. Right? Edom has taken the name of our people. Right? He's taking everything from us. He's taking things from other nations. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, that his shame is being seen by these other nations now. His shame is being ever since this George Floyd guy died. It most likely was a setup, but still, if he died, man. Judgment, but still continuing. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua caused it to happen. For Edom's wickedness to be seen, for his shame to be revealed. The great America, all great America, the land of the free, the land of the bold. People are now seeing that people are not. The other nations are now seeing that people are not free here. The people over here are now bold, and all of that. The land of the proud. People are now seeing that they're proud, actually proud, and not the proud of the good way. But continue. This is not the land of. This is not the queen of the earth. Because as it says in Isaiah the 47th chapter, sit on the dust, O daughter of the Chaldeans. There is no throne. There ain't no throne for you anymore. Because everybody's seeing it. Everybody's backing up. Like, whoa. I thought you were a virgin, but you're actually a whore. And that's a symbolic way to see the shame of America. The innocent nation. The nation that hasn't started any of the world wars, but ended up being in one. But wasn't upon the land. That's why it's called Virgin Daughter of Babylon. But it won't be that tender and delicate land any longer, because World War III will be here. Yeah.
Woe to him that increases which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
He did ladle himself with the clay, man. He got that abundance of riches, man. Abundance of riches.
Shall they not rise up suddenly?
Because he keeps increasing things that is not his.
Shall they not rise up suddenly? That shall bite thee.
What that means is
That shall
that,
bite.
you know, I could be wrong. No, actually, it's like all the things, all your actions are gonna have consequences. Will it not come back and bite you in the ass?
And awake, thou shalt vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them.
And onto them with a question mark. That's what they're afraid of. All right, when Jake wakes up, they're vexed when they see Jake waking up, because they know their time is near. And when the kingdom of heaven comes, you're gonna be booty unto us, man. As in booty, you're gonna be our slaves, man.
Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of people shall spoil thee.
Yo, but you know what? Come to think of it, I don't think that was actually talking about this. It would be like 6, 7, 8. It's possibly these other nations, but the other nations. Oh, yo, just continue.
I'm still over 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of people shall spoil thee. Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein.
You repeat that again. Just
Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of people shall spoil thee. Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land. No.
yeah.
And for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein.
All the things, all your actions has consequences, man. And you know, through the spirit of power, Yahbashim Yahushua, he's making it be revealed. You know, I've said it many times now. Your iniquities, man. They see your mountain of iniquities now. That this land, now that people are seeing that this land it was built upon blood, you know, and people, and now the nations are yo. Excuse me. There it is, yeah. Because the nations are drunken of the cup of her fornication, the wrath of her fornication. This is, and it is wrath of her fornication, because she had wrath upon Jacob, man. Esau, Edom, had wrath upon Jacob, and that wrath, Edom has. I mean, these other nations had a taste of that wrath, because it was just like okay. Somebody get Psalms. Can you get Psalms 83? Start at 1. No, stick with the other.
I know. No, I got one on my phone. On this one on my.
He's gonna. If it's not 83, it might be 87. It's huge. Start at 1.
This is Psalms chapter 83 and 1. Keep not thou silence, O power, hold not thy peace.
You could see it. You through the spirit. If you have eyes to see, ears to hear, you can see it. You can see what's happening, man. Yahbashim Yahushua is making these other nations see Edom as the enemy. The son of perdition is being revealed at this very moment. And people are still blind to the fact with all these protests and everything, people are blind to the fact that Edom is still pushing out his order, his new world order. All right. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua is making it be seen, man.
And be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make it tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Crafty counsel, hide me from the secret counsel of the what was it? Hide me from the secret counsel. You didn't get that again.
Oh, okay. This is Psalm chapter 64, verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the...
Actually, start at 1.
This is 64, verse 1. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy.
It lists all the enemy here in Psalms 83, but that's another subject.
Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Yeah, and right there is that crafty counsel, man. And they're taking that crafty counsel. And that's what they're doing right now, man.
Psalms 83 and 2. For lo, thine enemies make it tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation,
So that hidden one is Israel.
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That is the wrath of fornication. That agreement right there. Edom's pushed it far past the agreement that they made, man. Or whatever agreement that they made, the nations have gone mad because of it. Are mad at Edom because of it. They are all drinking of the wrath of fornication. The wrath the wrath of Edom, Edom, towards his brother Jacob. And little do people know is that they're living in a world, as Putin says, living in a world of biblical proportions. And that's what's happening right now. This world is rotating around Jacob and Esau, man. This world's rotating around that. Esau's in rulership, and what we're waiting for is the transition of worlds. That's what we're waiting for. The end of this world and the beginning of it that follow it. But yeah, so these other nations are starting to become sober from the wine of Babylon, from the whoredoms, the great whoredoms of Babylon. Another one of those whoredoms is the idolatry that it's pushed. Now these other nations are seeing it. That so-called white Jesus is Caesar Borgia. Is a lie. That it's a form of white supremacy. And it is. Because the ones with the eyes to see and the ears to hear will know what the image of the Lord is. And it does matter. Why? Because when you pray, alright, and you pray unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you won't be imagining Caesar Borgia, would you? Huh? Or one of those or that guy that portrays as God, which is actually Zeus. Who are you praying to? And idolatry is a big thing. That's another form of whoredom. That's why when Yahweh Shem Yahushua comes back, he's coming for the 1/3, the 144,000 and the 1/3 of Israel. That's what he's coming for. And in his eyes, they're seen as spotless, blameless. Though in their past lives and in this current life, before they woke up to this truth, they were in those whoredoms. But when you come into this truth, you put off that old man, and you put off all of that, and you move on to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And like I said, the image of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, the image of Yahweh matters. Alright. Wait. You wanna repeat? You wanna repeat? Repeat 3, and then go.
Psalms 83 and 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy heathen ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name Israel may be no more in remembrance.
And that's what happened, man. During the wrath of the fornication that the other nations also had a hand in. They cut. The reason it was cut off everywhere is because they had an agreement. The reason all the images were all covered with their images is because they had an agreement to cut off the name of Israel from remembrance, destroying our people to the point that they're calling themselves a byword, a so-called black, Latino, and Native American, man. You're Israelites. Oh, it gets into difficult pronunciation. If you can pronounce it, go ahead. You can attempt it.
Psalms 83 and 5. For they have consulted together with one consent.
With one consent, with one agreement. With one agreement. You know, that they get to have the land of their own, that they can rule. Pretty sure that was an agreement, but we don't know. We're Israelites, but Yahweh Shem Yahushua knows. And yeah.
Yeah, one consent probably that you were order.
Yeah, New World Order. Yeah, I mean, it does seem like that, yeah?
You know, that's that little agreement they were trying to do.
Yeah, so you got trying to set it up too.
That dollar, all that.
Gold is always falling behind us.
You notice how all these other nations are wearing the suit and tie anyway. They have some kind of agreement.
Yeah,
that's Esau's custom.
And that's why it says in Revelation, with the 18th chapter, it says that the nations are drunk with the fornication.
Yeah.
Which is their philosophy, their system, and stuff like that.
If you notice, all these nations also have to have cars. They also have to have buildings. They also have to have highways.
Yeah, and apartments. Apartments.
Yeah, all that. They have to live in the ways.
Everybody has to pay tax.
But no, our people don't see that. That Esau is ruling this world.
Everybody has to have paper money.
Yeah.
There is some nations like Japan. They have yen, which is coin.
That's
Yeah, and
like
as
ideology.
soon as Esau starts pushing the chip, now everybody else wants the chip.
Yeah, when the money turned the paper, that was Amalek's.
That was Amalek's idea because they're gonna have an abundance of it.
Because that way he can keep all the gold he wants.
Yeah.
And all the jewelry he wants.
Yeah, everybody's fighting over that paper dollar bill, that federal note in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, a lot of people's not talking about the Tao now. But little do you know, with all of this rioting and uproars happening, with these U.S. leaders, you actually think about it, it's hurting the Tao, or it's going to hurt the Tao even worse than it is now because they still have the U.S. leaders on the federal notes, and people are gonna be demanding it to be taken off, and it's gonna hurt the dollar because people are not gonna want to deal with it. And this is what I mean. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, through the Spirit, is revealing Edom, Esau Edom, the wicked that's ruling this earth, shame. He's revealing their shame, man, uncovering the locks. Uncovering the thigh and everything, man. Lifting up the skirt just to realize it's a guy. Knowing how this Black Lives Matter. Now it's Black Trans Lives Matter. How they're pushing the trans things. You know, this LGBTQ. Wouldn't be surprised if that virgin that that tender and delicate virgin is actually just a dude trying to be like a woman.
I went on Google, right? And you know how the Google thing changes every, just like I read or something happens?
Oh, the logo.
Yeah, the logo. Now it's a sodomite, a quote black sodomite. So if you click it, it'll take you to the I don't know, 19.
Now it's black. Now it's quote.
That history about that.
Yeah.
Now it's hashtag Black Lives Matter and hashtag Trans Lives Matter and hashtag LGBTQ. Come on, people, you guys are blind as fuck.
So we got all these Black Lives Matter, and then mostly, and a lot of them are Edomites. They're pushing that, and at the end of the day, he's just using Jake, so they can keep pushing more transgender. And then
Yeah.
I think that goes back
They're
to
making
Jake,
they're making LGBTQ, all these sodomites and stuff like that, the image of them, man. They're making that image of them. And little do you know, it's like an insult to our people. Our people are so blind they can't even realize it, man. They think they're making a difference. You think you're making a difference, and you got women. You got women ruling these protests, man. Do you even know what Black Lives Matter started from? It started from fucking two lesbian women, two lesbian Jake women from the Southern tribe. You people are stupid, man. Out of order. And this is why Yahweh Shah is gonna bring order. And all you nations do, just because it rotates around Esau and Jacob, you had an agreement with Edom, which is the worst decision in your life. I'm gonna get that in Jeremiah 41 chapter after I've read all of that.
and that's the thing about that is Black Lives Matters. The reason that's still going on is because that's the sweet spot right now. That's the economy, because everything is doing so bad right now. That's the only sweet spot. That's why they kept that Black Lives Matter on top of that. That helped the Dow Jones just by a bit, so that's why they
All
kept
this
it.
Black Lives
Bruh.
Matter,
You know?
just to hide the fact
Dude.
that actually is going on.
Like what's happening right now, people are so distracted with it. So distracted with it. And like I mentioned earlier, they're pushing on Mark of the Beast. The RFID chip, man. Right behind the scenes. And they're conditioning people's minds to it, man. This is how they condition people's minds to using the chip for the credit cards instead of sliding now. Continue with it.
For they had consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom and Ishmael.
Tabernacle.
Ishmaelite.
Edom was number one.
Of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Hagarenes. Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistine, which is the so-called Africans.
These are I think these are naming both the nations. It's naming the nations, and it's naming the number one tribes from those nations that had the strongest agreement towards it, like the strongest desire towards it. You know, through the spirit of Yahweh Shemiyah, only he would. Yeah,
pretty much naming all over. Yeah, tribes. You know, if you want to continue on, read it. You know, you could read it on yourself. You know, it's in the Bible. This is not a different Bible, how people say it. This is the same Bible. It's the same Bible that you Jakes don't like to pick up. You just want to hear what your priest got to say, but you don't pick it up yourself and read it.
Psalms 83 verse 7. I'm gonna start at 7. Gebal and Ammon and Amalek and the Philistines and the inhabitants of Tyre and Assur. And Assur also is joined onto them. They open the children of Lot. Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Yeah,
as the Sisera.
To
Wow, it's
Sisera,
difficult names, but yeah,
to Habib, at the brook of Kishon.
all of the
You know,
nations and tribes that had to consult had consulted against the Lord, man. All of these nations had a taste in a bondage, man.
Yeah, they all had a hand.
All right, so and after we're gonna read that again. Start at 3, 4, and 5.
Revelations 18 and 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
The kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, man. That fornication, the wrath of her fornication is referring to Edom's wrath towards his brother Jacob. And the kings of the earth, which is the nations of the earth, have committed fornication with her, have done it with her, because they all agreed to one consent to cut off the nation of Israel from the earth, because the nation of Israel back in the ancient times was the biggest power on earth, biggest power, biggest influence on earth.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy.
Her delicacies were all from the backs of the Israelites, the so-called Black Latinos and Native Americans, man.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people,
Come out of her, my people,
that you be not partakers of her sin."
that you be not partakers of their sins. And what's our people doing? What's the 2/3 of our people doing? Trying to seek technically friendship with Edom, man. Trying to seek justice from Edom. It's stupid, man. It's stupid. Like I said, the Black Lives Matter movement, the Lord's not with that, man. He's with Israelite Lives Matter. But yeah, let me start at oh yeah.
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
The plagues that the Lord's going to send upon you is like as a time never before, man. You're going to have the plagues from Egypt, but much more. Much more. Spirit created for vengeance and everything. And what we're doing right now is that we came out of this place, man, through the Spirit. It doesn't mean physically. You don't leave America. That's not what it means. It means spiritually. You stop with the whoredoms that you've done. As in whoredoms, I mean the idolatry with Christianity and such like that, worshiping Caesar Borgia, Virgin Mary, and all those sorts, and coming out of this world's herd-like mindset. You're coming out of that. It's like Matrix, man. It's like Matrix. You take the red pill.
For her sins had reached unto heaven, and power had, and Yahweh had remembered her iniquities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what's happening? These nations, they can see. They already see. They already see. Through the spirit of power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, they see the whoredoms that Edom is doing now. Now they're seeing it. The blood that was covered on this land. I think that Habakkuk gets into that. You can jump down to that. Go on to the, yeah.
Woe, this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 9. Woe to him that covers an evil covetousness, to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may deliver from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thee.
No, I just said jump down. Jump down to. Well,
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, is established a city by iniquity.
and that's what Edom did, man. That's what Edom did. In the beginning, on this, I believe it was the 7th verse on here, on top of the 2nd chapter, on the 7th verse, it says, will these not come back and bite thee? And take thee for a booty? Booty's a treasure. Alright? So, will all that not come back and bite your ass? What comes back, what goes around comes around. You reap what you sow. That's what it means. All your actions have consequences. And that's what Edom did. He built this land upon the blood of the Israelites, the so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Yahweh Shibbi Yahushua is only looking for them. Only looking for the ones that would leave this world, leave the idolatry and the whoredoms of this world.
Revelations 18:6. Reward her, even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she had filled to her double.
And that's in the kingdom, man. And there's another precept. He that leadeth in captivity shall go into captivity.
Oh, yeah,
He that killeth with the sword. No, don't get it.
No, I was just thinking about that.
He that killeth with the sword shall be killed with the sword. You know, just through the spirit. It's not to get it. Just roughly paraphrase. Wait. But, no, I mean like it goes into another subject. But yeah. This is Jeremiah. It goes hand in hand with the Revelation. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 5. For Israel had not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power. And Yahweh of hosts, through their land, was filled with sins against the Holy One of Israel. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. Does it not say that here? Revelations? Be not partakers with her sins. And it says, be not cut off in her iniquity. Don't die staying in this world, man. Move out spiritually. Follow the law, statutes, and commandments. That's how you move out. To the best of your ability. And having faith in Yahweh Shim Yahushua, that He will deliver you in the coming days. Do not take that mark of the beast. This is an R5 shit, man.
And it's slowly fading. Like take the subway train. There's posters that shows a token, right? And it went to a metro, and then from a metro, now it's showing that sensor, what they call it, NFC or Omni, whatever, right? And you know where it's going to go from there. That's basic common sense. It's gonna go to the mark of the beast, plain and simple. And it's all leading to that. The vaccine is all leading to that. Everything, like.
That's what it means.
That's gonna be your credit card.
That's what it means to be conditioning people. Is when people get used to that thing in the metro station. When people get used to using their phones for the MTA. That's conditioning people.
Yeah. And,
getting them used to it. They're gonna start off with saying it's not mandatory, right? It's voluntary, right? And over time they start upgrading to the ones that have the chip, and it's gonna force you to be. They're gonna force you to take it, and that's what it means to try the world. Try the world. That's what Yahweh Shim Yahushua means. That He's gonna try the world. It means He's gonna put the idea in your head of the things He can do and everything like that. And that's why these advertisements, these people say, "Oh, I got the I got a RFID. I got a chip in my hand. My hand's a key. Look, I can do this. Open up a store. Look, I can do this. Open up a cabinet. Look, I can do this. Open up a safe.
Yeah,
Or they
I'll
see-
put up a video of this woman.
Yeah.
She needs an RFID chip to get in her house and her car and
Yeah, that's
job
what
and
I
all
was
that.
referring. Yeah.
Yeah, he still wants to keep an eye on everything. He wants to know. He wants to know if you go to the bathroom. He wants to know. He wants to know if you're toast. He wants to know if you're toasting bread. He wants to know all that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, and of course, Esau is not
There
going
was
to
a
throw
video.
it. He's
There
not.
was a video. There was a video I was watching. There was a guy talking about that when you update your phone, they didn't mention it in the patch notes, but they installed the coronavirus tracker thing, which everywhere you go they can track you wherever you go when your phone is with you. And not just that, they also have was the new AirPods and stuff like that that has Bluetooth seeking, those moving surround sounds. But what's doing that is was it something, I forgot what it was, but it was like a signal or something. And basically now the government can see where your head's turning, left or right or whatever, anything like that. And that's conditioning people, man. It's conditioning people. People don't even realize it, man. They're stupid. Our people are herd-minded, man. That's why they're like sheep led to the slaughter. Because they're literally like sheep, man. They're
That-
following the shepherd. It's like evil.
That prototype of RFID chip, that was around like late 60s, 70s, and all that. They had that, but they weren't going to put it out there right away because it would be too obvious. Because people are going to react. So what they do, they condition people.